This will be part 2 of our look at MLA in-text citations. And today we're going to go through some samples of Lesson T.2. And I'm going to show you the different levels because there are 4 different levels of questions here. So you're going to have the basic level questions up until I think probably around 60. Smart score is 60. And then at 70 or at 60, you're going to get a second level. At 72, you're going to get a third level. Actually, I could be off on those numbers. But anyway, they progressively get a little bit harder. So I want to walk you through what's happening. The first, and this green instruction here is really important to you. In these first set of questions, add an in-text citation using MLA format. So we're going to look at the original text. We're going to look at what the writer is writing. And then we are going to determine what the MLA in-text citation is based on our source. So a jellyfish, if you watch it long enough, begins to look like a heart beating, like a ghost heart. A heart you can see right through, right into some other world where everything you ever lost has gone to hide. The in-text citation, the writer says, Susie describes looking at a jellyfish as looking into a ghost heart that can show you everything you have lost. All of that information comes from the text, nothing, no added interpretation. So our MLA citation is going to go at the end here, and this is pretty basic at the beginning. We just need the author's last name and the page number. We need to put it in parentheses. They have already provided the space for us, so we just type the first parenthesis, and then we type in Benjamin in the space, and the 1 for the page number. We close the parentheses, and then we can submit that. And if we did it right, we should get good information. The first set is just like that. Same things you're going to be able to read through, and then you're going to plug in the name, the author's last name, and you're going to plug in the page number. I'm going to skip ahead to the second level questions. Okay, on the second level questions, the instructions look the same. Add an in-text citation using MLA format. However, occasionally in questions like this, they'll make it a little bit tougher on us. So it doesn't look like this is one of the tougher ones. We have our text here. We have what the writer is writing. It's a paraphrase. There are no quotes. So we need to put the MLA citation, OGAK 13. You see where I'm getting that down here. The source is Dogs of Courage by Lisa Rogak, page 13. They're not giving it to you as a bibliography entry, or it would be a different order. They're just giving you the information. This is the title. This is the author. This is the page. I'm pulling it from there. And we're going to submit it. Okay, so here's where the second level questions could get a little bit harder. We know that we have our author here, Hyacinth, and page 10. However, in the text, Hyacinth is already used. Hyacinth describes Mrs. Starch as a heron about to spear a minnow. So since we already have Hyacinth there, we don't need to add the name. Now we're just going to put the page number. That's all we need. Hopefully I did that right. I did. So you're going to have to be on the lookout for that in the second level questions. And so actually the second level questions hit in the 40s somewhere, it looks like. The third level questions hit at 72. Now it gets a little tougher because you know that the in-text citations need to come before the period. So now you're doing the citation. You're also looking to see if the author is mentioned in the writing, and then you are going to have to put it in the right place. So you see that our cursor right now comes after the period. We're going to have to move that cursor, and I'll hit my space button here. To Annabelle, silver dollar is more like a piece of jewelry than money. That's from Wolk. So I'm going to have to do WOLK, and that's from page 4. And I'm going to have to get those in there. So every space, every character that you type is important here. Please make sure that you are not speeding through this and that you're being very careful to get everything exactly the way it needs to be. So I should have done that right. Okay, very good. Most visitors to Denali National Park come during the very popular summer season. Okay, once again, we're going to put our cursor there. We're going to hit our space. Klein's is not mentioned, so I'm going to put him here. And that is page 66 and finish there. And that one should be good. Okay, that's actually the sentence that we had in our sample in part 1 of the video. I'm going to skip ahead one more time. I'm going to skip up here to 81. We're going to get to our top level questions. Now, here's where we have to be really careful, because once we get to the 4th level questions at 80% or a SMART score of 80.
Good morning, Sam. Happy last Monday. We will be selling yearbooks in
Pardon that interruption. Okay, so here is where we get into some difficulty. You just have to, again, really slow yourself down. Don't try to rush through these. We have The Art of Fiction by John Gardner as our source, and we see Gardner in the sentence believes that most new fiction writers want a set of rules. I disagree, however. We've stopped pulling information from the text, and now we're getting interpretation. So this is where it gets tricky. Remember here, our citation needs to go, wait a minute, our citation here needs to go outside the quotes. So this is where we put the quotation mark with no period yet. Now we're going to put our citation. What's our citation? Gardner already exists in the sentence, so we're just going to put the page number, and then we put the period at the end. So notice what I had to do there. I had to take out the quotation mark and the period. I had to put the quotation mark there and then put the citation and then the period. And if I did that correct, I got it right. Okay. So anyway, this is the 4 different levels of questions, and you may need to come back and refer to this. You're welcome to come back and refer to this so that you understand how to attack these questions and how to slow yourself down. You know the information. You just have to slow yourself down and make sure you're going through your steps of what needs to be in each of the MLA citations.